let's say they take power. Democrats take power back in the House. Likely at this point, I think likely win the Senate. This is a good listener question from John in Maryland. I think when Democrats regain power, they need to act like Republicans. Red states shouldn't get a penny of disaster aid money, executive orders everywhere, redistrict the shit out of everything. Will they?
I think, look, we got to walk and chew gum at the same time. There has to be accountability, absolutely, across the board. Uh, for the corruption that's been going on the entire time, all that. Um, but I think if that's all we do, that's a huge mistake long term. We have to go in immediately with five, six things that we are going to do that start addressing what the American people are going through. I mean, in other words, getting accountability, but not doing anything to lower prices or to expand healthcare. That we've got to have an agenda, a policy agenda that is not rebuilding the old institutions that he's destroyed and torn apart, but we have to have a policy agenda that does better by the American people,
Mm-hmm.
on the economy, on jobs, on immigration reform. We've got to address these things. And so, so it's not that I disagree with them. It's we got to do both things, right? Hold them
Mm-hmm.
accountable, do the investigations, do all those things. Make sure that there's a price to be paid and a penalty, particularly for all the illegal corrupt crap that they've done. Beside and yeah, the amazing repair job that we'll have to do, if we, when we get the presidency back in 2028. But until then, we've got to do two things. It can't just be, okay, we got a majority in Congress, therefore investigate, impeach, which I'm not against all that. That's not my point. But there has to be immediately. I don't care if Trump vetoes everything we do. Put a bill on the floor that removes, that does something to impact, uh, uh, expanding healthcare. Let him
Right.
veto it. That's what I mean. No, go in with real plan. Make him veto the stuff that we know we can do for people. Let him veto it. Great. We have this House and the Senate. Great. Pass them, put them up there. Let the orange monster veto them, and while we're investigating them, that's what I'm trying to say. It's not one or the other. We got to
Right.
we can really, if we get the House if we get the House, that's enough. But if we can get the House and the Senate, and you and I both, I mean, first of all, none of the redistricting impacts these Senate races at all. And so, if anything, actually, it may help because
There
if
are
you
going to
have,
be a lot of people
yeah,
who either can't win a House seat, who are like, I got to make my voice
yeah,
heard,
yeah,
go do work like hell to win a seat. We
yeah,
actually see that
yeah,
everywhere. I think we see it. You and I have been involved in a lot of races where it's like, this is the only shot that they have. Do
yeah,
not underestimate that. I mean, actually, and Trump saw it with surges in places like California and New York. It can work the other way
yeah.
too over the years. This is a quote from Hakeem Jeffries in Politico as of Thursday. We will beat the far right extremists. They asked him about, what are you going to do? He said, we're going to win in November, and then we're going to crush their souls as it relates to the extremism that they are going to unleash on the American people. We'll see. I think I agree with you on the big things, big swings we got to take. My advice would be, do not have faith in institutions to save us, even when you're in
Right.
control of the institution. I think Democrats have
Yeah.
historically leaned
No.
a little too hard on that, but
Yeah. No. He's going to have the court. I mean, that's it. We can pass stuff. He may veto it, or the court can say it's unconstitutional. But one of those two games are not going to stop. He's going to. That's,
Mhm.
so that's what I'm saying. We need to hold everybody accountable, including the Supreme Court, including reforming it. But you cannot do all that while you ignore the economy and what people are going through, and how and the feeling that both parties have failed them. And it's not to acknowledge, oh no, look, he's been, since he came down that damn escalator, just about everything, even when he wasn't in power, has all circled around him and his craziness, right? So there's lots of things that you couldn't get done because you thought you had the 5 votes in the Senate on healthcare, but he behind the scenes was killing it. I mean, remember immigration reform. He killed it because he wanted to have it be an issue, which by the way, it was an issue and it worked for him. So he's going to do all of that. We need to go out exactly what we're talking about. We need to do both things. And I think if we do both things and not just go out to crush them and investigate that way, then I think we can have a lot realignment because I think there's a lot of room among independents, Republican women in particular, younger Republican women who we're seeing this with those two groups. They really want to find a new home.
Mhm.
We if we address their issues while we're um, holding Trump and the administration and all his enablers accountable, that's what we need to do, both things.